In this video, I want to talk to you guys on how YouTube could completely change your life in 6 months. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump into it. And as always, I have my notes to keep me organized because you already know I like to ramble. But the first things first, I want to hit y'all with this really quickly. You got to have the vision. You got to have the vision. You got to be able to find your niche. You got to be able to decide what you're going to create on YouTube. And I mean, like, seriously, what you're going to create on YouTube and not be apologetic about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it to impress your friends, your family. You're doing it because you want to create this way. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that has helped me. I said, you know what? I'm going to create videos my way. I'm not going to edit. I'm going to have a simple hook. I'm going to do videos in my car. I'm going to do videos in wherever I'm at, I'm going to do videos. And I want you to figure out a niche. And I know that's tough because some people want to create videos this way. They want to create videos that way. They want to be all over the place. But you gotta lock in on something that you really enjoy. That's how you going to get comfortable doing these videos. Because there's some days, and there's some days I don't want to film. There's some days that I'm tired. There's some days that I had a long day at work, family, friends, all these things going on. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I want you to find the niche that you're comfortable with, something that you're knowledgeable, something that you really understand. That's the big thing. You got to understand what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I want you to also, pick up the camera. Like that was the biggest hindrance on me starting creating content on YouTube or content creation in general. Just picking up the camera and recording. I know this sounds niche. Not niche. This sounds cliche, and everybody says, "Oh, you just got to pick up the camera." It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I never had the confidence to create content in the beginning, but I always didn't want to pick up the camera. I had a nice camera. I remember getting the Pocket 3, the Osmo Pocket 3, and I wanted to create videos, but then I kept saying, I don't want to record. The camera's too complicated. Exposure, all these settings. Like I just didn't want to get into it because I was just so afraid what was on the other side. But listen, pick up the camera no matter what camera it is. I'm filming this on my phone. Y'all, and y'all could do the same exact thing. Y'all got, I'm sorry, 2026, I don't care. If you got a phone that's 10, 20 years old, listen, 10 years, 3 years, 4, whatever phone you got, there's no excuse. Clean that lens, get some light. I don't even got light. I'm using sunlight from outside. You know what I'm saying? And just record. The next thing is like, you got to define what your channel is going to be these next 6 months. And I know I talked about this in my previous videos about the monetization change. These next 6 months is the defining moments of what's going to happen with your channel. And I'm telling you, if you lock it for 6 months, I'm telling you, you will get monetized. You will get all these things. But if you don't pick up the camera, if you don't define a niche, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm telling you, you're just going to be sitting in the same place where you are next year. I mean, this coming year. You already know what I mean by that. And the next one is cracking the code. And this is crazy. Everybody says that it's that switch, but what does that really mean? Cracking the code. You got to perfect your packaging. Thumbnails, titles. I go into people's descriptions sometimes, and I look in their description on their main page. There's some spelling errors. The photo's not taking up the full banner. You need to take a look at yourself. Look at your titles, look at your thumbnails, look at your description. Like really take time to write out what it is that you define yourself as a content creator. The channel. What is the channel going to be about? You sitting here talking about your something else completely irrelevant to the channel because it doesn't align. When you see those videos and they look at the description, this does not connect because a lot of people are nosy. Once you have a channel, they're going to check out your videos. They're going to check out your description. They're going to look how many videos you post and how consistent you are. If you got spelling errors in your description on your channel page, I'm sorry, your main page, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Taking time to do that, it's so simple. It takes 2 minutes. You could even use autocorrect, you know what I'm saying, to proofread what's there. But the next thing is dialing your hooks. You gotta dial in your hooks. It's so simple. I just take the video topic and just talk up and label that. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you guys on how to do this. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you on how to do this. Come up with something that's so catchy and so simple. So when you do it, you can do it in your sleep. You gotta give a powerful hook. You gotta have energy. And I'm talking about that authority piece. I talk about this all the time. It's almost like a broken record. I talk about authority, passion. Like you have to be, when you talk, the first few minutes of the video defines on where the video is going to go, if somebody's going to click off. There's millions of creators on YouTube. You need to lock in that first 15 seconds. I talked about that before. Y'all need to, if you're not in the mood, you need to get in the mood. If you're not in the mood to make a video, don't turn on the camera. It's that simple. Don't turn on the camera unless it's something that you're talking about, profound or something you're going through. But like, all jokes aside, if you're not really ready to let that emotion go through the camera, don't record. Don't record. I'm telling you, don't record. But I'm saying, seriously, the hooks, it's kind of it's drawing the people in. If you're not happy to be there, why you recording? Why they gonna watch? If you're not happy to, like, come on, y'all. If you don't want to be here, why they should be here? You know what I'm saying? And then the next one in this one is like, you got to upgrade your workflow. You know what I'm saying? And this is simple. This don't mean go buy gear. Let's be clear. You want to have a description for your videos. You want to have an end screen. You want to have clear titles where your face is seen. You got to just those things. Your workflow, how you record. I already have, when I get in the car, I have a MagSafe mount that costs me $10. I put the phone there. I lock in, I get the phone angle, I hit record. That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you have an editing workflow, save a preset. If you have particular topics that you're talking about in consistency, make a playlist. Setting up a simple workflow will make you want to create more. And it make these 6 months of fly by. If you get a workflow, you got hooks, you working on your titles and your thumbnails, you don't know how to make thumbnails, YouTube has a plethora of videos on how to create titles and thumbnails and stuff like that. You could use CapCut, you could use Canva, you could use iMovie. You could take a screenshot with your phone and get your face in the screen and add text to it. There's so many different, you could do that in Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, whatever you got. Use whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one, before we move on to the next one, I need you to do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way to 19,000 subscribers and beyond. Even 20. Yo, we is on our way, y'all. I'm telling you, if y'all, yo, I'm telling y'all, I would have never thought that I'd be here. But it's all because of y'all. If this would not be possible without you, thank you so much. Drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are on our way, man. Let's move on to the next one. And I want you to, you got all this going on, and I want you to understand, I've been through this personally. There's going to be this 0 view season where you're not going to get no views. You're not going to get no views. If you look at my channel, I got videos that I got 100 views still. I got videos that still got like maybe 50 views. But I want you to stick through it. There's going to be, you got to film through that silence. When you ain't getting no views, no one's watching, I get it. But right now, at this point, you're improving. You're at that phase where you're trying to improve who you are. You're trying to improve your camera presence. You're trying to improve your hooks. This gives you grace to just create how you want and find something that creates that workflow. Find something that sticks, that gets you comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You gotta out, and this is gonna be tough for y'all. Y'all gonna have to outwork those analytics. The analytics gonna eat you alive. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. I know you want to go into YouTube Studio and completely refresh your video every 20 seconds, but I need you to either leave YouTube Studio alone or just delete it temporarily, or put it in a hidden folder, or only access it on your computer, or put it on your tablet so that way you're not checking it over and over. I need you to outwork those analytics. I need you to be resilient and just post. I remember being at like 700 subscribers, 800 subscribers, and I kept going into YouTube Studio. I kept refreshing it. I'll post a video every 20 seconds. I'm in there. Now, the only reason I go in there is if I get a notification, and bonus tip, answering these comments. Just answering comments. That should be the only reason you open up YouTube Studio. And I know this is going to be tough. I know you want to keep going in YouTube Studio. I know you want to keep refreshing, but you got to give yourself some grace. You got to outwork those analytics. You got to outwork the analytics. And I'm going to be honest, at this point, you should probably master basic editing. And I'm talking about trimming videos, simple jump cuts, B-roll. Those are the simple things. That's all you need. You don't need to be this DaVinci Resolve guru. You don't need to do any of that. Just master simple things like cutting, trimming, B-roll. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe adding some text. You ain't got to do all that. And that's very, very simple. And if you don't know, there's videos on YouTube for that. That's all you need to be focusing on. in this zero view season. There's gonna be times you ain't gonna get no views. There's gonna be times where you're not gonna get no views. But trust me. I sat here in January at like 800 subscribers, y'all. 800 subscribers. Well, let me say December, January. I was at 800 subscribers. I hit 1,000 subscribers before January 31st. Well, December 31st. So trust me, I get it. November, December, I was sitting, I'm not gonna make monetization. I'm not gonna hit 4,000 watch hours. I'm not gonna hit it, but it just takes one, y'all. Let's move on to the next one. And I want you to try to, in your mind, this is what I had to do. I had to say, I'm gonna do an algorithm takeover. I'm gonna scale my uploads. I'm gonna continue to make videos. I'm gonna continue to improve. I'm not gonna be upset because I'm not getting those views. Like I've said, we gotta outwork the analytics. We gotta outwork it. We gonna ride the wave with these impressions that are gonna be. Sometimes you're gonna get higher impressions, sometimes you're not. But I'm telling you, you're going to continue to scale. You're going to make more videos. You're going to improve. You're going to get your camera presence. You're going to be more confident on camera. You're going to film more consistently. You're going to be up late trying to make a video before work, or you're going to make a video right after work. Whatever it is that you got to do. Listen, this is where you start to build real community, where you have people, you have returning people. And I want you to understand something. Listen to me very carefully, y'all. There's going to be times where people are going to unsubscribe. There's going to be constructive feedback. There's going to be negative comments, but I want you to get past that. That means you're on your way. You're building real community. The real people are there for you. You know what I'm saying? These 6 months are going to be tough, but these are the things that help me get past it. I know it's difficult. I know it's going to be rough, but trust me, you're going to take over. You're going to take over the world, man. If you keep filming these videos, you're going to improve. You're gonna, oh man, when I hear people say, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I really needed this today, that hits me hard. I feel that like in my soul when somebody tells me that, because I was there. I was gonna give up. I was gonna stop. I was really gonna stop. Trust me, you're gonna take over the world. You're gonna start with the algorithm, and I take the word algorithm out and switch with audience. You're gonna take over your audience. You're gonna have them come back for you. They're gonna be looking for more. They're gonna be like, why have you uploaded a video? Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on to the last one. This one is the most important one. You're gonna be unrecognizable. They're gonna be like, yo, I was looking back at your old videos. You really improved. Somebody told me that the other day, and I couldn't believe it. I looked at my first video. I had to go watch my first video. I had to go watch my first video. And if you haven't, after watching this one, go watch that one, because I'm telling you, I was completely scared. I was turning the camera all over the place. I was cursing, doing all these weird things. I was nervous, but you got to lead by example and continue to improve. Because what do you want to motivate somebody else to improve when you was about to give up and you made it? You know what I'm saying? You got to set a standard. You got to set a standard on how you want things done. You want to set a standard, and you want to run a brand. You want to eventually do clothing line. You want to eventually do merch. You want to do all these things. But if you don't become I can't even talk because I'm so excited. If you don't become recognizable, if you don't change who you were a year ago, none of that's possible. You want to make money, you want to drop merch, you want to do a website, you want to do all these things. But if you don't get past this hump the next 6 months, it's not possible. Do me a favor, y'all. Do me a favor. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe. We are on our way to 1920. We are on our way, man. I can't believe it. And last January I was at 800 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And also, comment down below. Let me know what some of the things that you can do, you want to do in the next 6 months to get past whatever your goal is you're working on. I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.